Hello, brothers and sisters in Christ. This is really just a question. I was going through comments and I had some that I had to review. And one was, as usual, the ones that go into review are either the salty language, you might say, or they have links. Well, this one had a link, and I was reading it, and I said, oh yeah, I've got to approve this, but I wanted to ask a question. Okay, now I'm praying that the person who left this comment hears this. It would have been, I think, under the video about the Pope no longer being in power. I've been searching and searching, and I believe they've made it disappear. Now, I could have accidentally clicked the trash can, but I'm almost certain I clicked the check mark, which makes it go into published comments, okay? And I was going to ask the fellow, I believe it was a guy, could be wrong about that. How do you know they make the president say this? What it was a covenant where he said that all the top Jesuits and presidents, he said, have to say this oath. And I was going to make a video about it, but I wanted to ask him, how does he know the presidents have to say it? And I'm telling you what, if that is true, I'm just going to have to summarize it. I don't know why, but I feel better like this. Oh, my closet's open. Just ignore that. Okay. I've got something like this that the Knights of Malta have to say on my testimony. Well, it's just my testimony from back in 2013, if you can still find it. But this was way worse. The person, if I remember right, they must not have a shirt on because they kneel down. The person that has them saying the oath holds a dagger. The point is to their chest. And at some point, they cut them, and they have to take their blood and sign this covenant in blood. And it's to initiate them into the Jesuit society. And they're promising to, it's like, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. When you're with Protestants, do your best to act like a Protestant. When you're even with the lowly Jews, pretend you're loving the Jews so that you can, basically, you're promising to be a spy to everybody. You're going to spy on everybody, on every group, conservative or otherwise, so you can report back to the Jesuit Society. And by signing this in blood, you're stating, it was so gross, that you understand that if you ever reveal this, what you find out, or whatever, I guess, or maybe if you reveal the oath. I don't know. Why is the oath online? I mean, how did this person find it? I don't know, but it was like a regular document you pull up, and it was pretty long, and I was going to read it out. It was just like, ugh, it was disgusting, but still, I felt like if the president had to say this, it was something we ought to know and people ought to know. Something you could share to help open people's eyes if they would believe it. That's why I wanted to ask this person, how do you know presidents have to say this? Because within the body of the covenant, it just sounds like it's for the top Jesuits, but it doesn't really say that. It says I. It doesn't say I of the Order of the Jesuits now declare blah blah blah. It doesn't really say that, but it's clearly stating that you're going to. But here's the other thing: in this covenant, even though you're working for the Pope, you're going to act like you don't care for the Roman Catholic Church or the Pope. So you don't look like you're for them at all, but you're spying for them. Now, I find that really, it doesn't surprise me a bit. It didn't, because it was a whole lot like that covenant that I found on the Knights of Malta that I put in my, I think it was in my testimony, because my father was in the Knights of Columbus, which is just, I think, right below the Knights of Malta, or they could be equal. I'm not sure. I didn't do that much research. Back then, I was so new at all this that, I wasn't really learning about vetting your sources, and I'm still not good at it. Y'all know that, but I'm trying. I'm learning to ask more questions and to search things out, before I just post them. So if the person who sent me that link could say, hey, I'm the one that sent you that link, only this time give it to me again and spell out .com so it won't look like a link. Just put the letters, leave a space even, .com, and I'll know what it is. And I will fix it. Copy, paste, and fix it. Okay? All right. That's all I want to say about this, because I need to research it more before I say anything else. Okay. And I just thought, little humor here. Nashi21 Green says, alternative news are lies, you goat. I had to laugh. I said, look who's calling me a goat. Wasn't it the Billy Goats who dealt with the troll? Laugh out loud. Yeah, laugh at that. It's funny. I don't care. I've been called a liar. I've deleted so many things. It's just like, oh, I don't get them as bad as some people, so I'm blessed there. I'm an old hag. I'm an old liar. Oh, well, it comes with the territory. There's just some people that cannot handle the truth, and they never will, and that's really sad, that they would, why not look into stuff if you don't agree? Why don't you just research it for yourself, Anyway, well, that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, I could tell you this. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but, and this could be a scam. I saw an ad on Facebook. Now, this is mighty funny. This is how these computers work, and they know your little mind. They know what you want because of cookies. I had been looking for another apartment, cheaper place to live. I really wanted it to be downtown somewhere, but you get a nice apartment downtown, they're higher. Unless they're for disabled or low income. And then there's a waiting list. Okay, so I found this house. How did I find it? It found me. On Facebook, ads, I've told you before, ads will pop up and flash at me, buy me. I've looked for boots or something, or shoes, or some tops I was looking at on one site. Now all of a sudden on Facebook, they're flashing on Facebook too, on other sites too. It's really quite aggravating to know that they keep track, the AI, the marketers and all that keep track of what you're shopping for or looking at. So anyway, I'm on Facebook the other, well, I guess it's been a couple weeks since the housing started popping up. And I found this house for $1,000 down, $275 a month. Owner financed. It's old, needs work. Well, I called the number. I texted the number. I said, could I call this evening for more information? They texted me back saying they wanted my email address to send me the details of, it's a homeowner financed. They wanted to send me the details in an email so I could get that first before they'll waste time telling me about the house, I guess. Well, I can see from the pictures it's going to need some work. Anyway, still no email. Oh, another one came through. No. Nope. Still not here. Okay. So maybe they haven't had time yet, but it's 7:19 p.m. If you're a real estate agent trying to move a house, and wouldn't you send someone that information by now? I answered before my nap, I think, or maybe after, because I've been praying about it. I was up yesterday. I prayed about it just a little last night. I said, Laura, I'd love you. He knows I've been wanting a little house out away from people. Another apartment building, I got to deal with noise and smoke. This house, the way it is, the way it's situated, it's fenced in, it's on the corner. The homes across from it have ramps up to the front, like they're old people or they're disabled. And then there's a bigger lot next door with looks like they have a big red truck. Maybe I could hire him to help me, with something that I might need. Anyway, the point is, it looks like an old, quiet neighborhood. And then there's nobody on the other side of the road because it's on the corner. It's all trees. And there's a sidewalk on my side of that busy road. It's like a busier road. And the street it's on is a quiet road. So I'm thinking, I'm going to pray about it. And I'm going to try to find some old friends from my old church. And if it's the Lord's will, it'll work out. But I don't want to force it or push it. I want to know this is of God and it's what He wants. That He would want me to have it. So those of you who pray for me, I would like to have that house if it's the Lord's will. So please pray that He will show me, yes, that house is for you. I want you to have it. Or no, too much work. You can't handle it, or whatever. I'm going to try to find this man that I know. My daughter happens to be friends with them, and that's why she goes where she goes, and it's where I used to go. Yeah, it's a small world. But he used to build houses. He knows all about it. He could look at the contract. He could just look at the email and know if it's a scam or not. You know what I mean? I could forward it to him, and he could help me. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. I plead the blood of Jesus over this video and the internet connection, and over each and every one of you as well, and all your devices. So with that, I say bye for now. I'll talk to you later.